Alright. What are we gonna do? We got a vibe code, man. Figure out everything that's wrong with Type Blazer right now. Am I ready? Alright, here we go. I don't even know what I was doing last. I'm trying to remember. I guess I can take a look at the GitHub issues. Maybe there's... Or I can just ask it. Wait, let me see. What was this doing? Oh, I was refactoring some stuff. That's what I was doing last. I think I merged everything into main. Or I just pushed directly to main, perhaps. Let me see what I've been up to. All right. All right, let's see. Can you scan all the commits? I gotta remember to talk to it and not type to it. I always forget I can talk to it. Latest fixed. You need to rebuild the API container to pick up the latest fixes. Alright. I just turned on the container. I gotta rename this container, man. Let's rename the container called, or the image, container image, whatever, to Championship Race Server. I changed that name yesterday, man. I didn't like the hourly race thing because it kind of cements you into this hourly schedule. But what if we ever changed it from an hourly race to any other time interval? Then it gets weird. That's what I was working on last. I was refactoring that to be more in line with Championship Server. It's not just a naming thing. Some of the database stuff was set up to allow only one unique entry per hour based on the timestamp, and the timestamp would get like rounded down or up to the nearest hour, so it was causing some issues where we couldn't have more than one like championship race in like an hour. So I had to refactor a bunch of these stuff to get rid of that weird requirement that the AI put in when I said it was an hourly race. I think it over-indexed on the idea of this hourly race, and I'm trying to get it to like think about it differently in terms of a championship race that just happens to be every hour right now. That's what I was working on yesterday off stream. And then we're gonna test it. Negative IQ viewer, what's happening? Welcome. How are you doing on this Wednesday morning, man? it Wednesday? I think so. Alright, once this is done, I'm gonna spin up the project and see where we're at. I'm sure there's a lot of things that need to be addressed, but I need to start making a list of all the issues and then start to work on them one by one or 2 by 2s, depending on how many agents I'm gonna be running today. Alright. Do I have to change my actual env files, man? Hold on, let me just hide my screen and do that real quick. Which envs need to be changed to? Championship server URL. Which other envs need to be changed here? Hourly race ports? Championship race ports. Hourly race WebSocket URL changes to championship race. Alright. Looks good. Here we go. So let's bring it back up. Docker compose up build. And then we'll see how it looks. You guys ready? Oh. Alright, here it is, man. Type Blazor. That's what we're talking about. And this is the hourly race. Let me see. Hourly race. I need to open up the lobby. Lobby's opened. Would I go in the lobby now that it's opened? It ain't opening up. There we go. That took a long time though. Should we make an issue of that? I think so. New issue. Oh, I guess this one is solved. I'm gonna close this issue. Alright, new issue is whenever the lobby has been opened, it takes too long for the front end to automatically join. Alright, I'm gonna talk to it, man. Here we go. Oh shit. Whenever I open up the lobby manually, and I'm waiting in the hourly race screen. Is it working? Oh, I have to press the button. Dang. Jeez. Alright, whenever I'm waiting in the hourly race page and I open up the lobby with the script, the manual script, it takes like 5 seconds for the front end to join the open lobby. Let's try and make this a little bit more instant or something. Let's think about our options. Alright, what's next? So I'm gonna join. Well, I have the lobby open up in another account. So what I'm gonna do is I want to see this number go up when I join. Here, I'll make it smaller. So I'm gonna join now. Alright, that's good. That's decent. So that works. That was one of the last features I worked on. And I'll join here. So we got me and me. And then let's start the race and see if it works properly. Pretty slow, but it works. Let me type it on this other screen. You can't see what I'm typing, but I guess you can see the little thing moving over here. Alright, that was pretty instant when I finished it. Finished there, you know. Alright, what am I doing? What am I doing next? I want to check the results. That's what I want to do next. So I'm gonna go into my super base. I want to make sure the results look decent and it has all the information in the thing. Type Blazor, tables. Alright, here we go. These are my championship races, but look at all that, man. So if there are 0 participants, we should cancel the race or something. Let me make a issue about that. When there are no participants for a championship race, it should not happen. Alright, currently, if the hourly race or the championship race begins and there's nobody in the lobby waiting, then we shouldn't even record the results of that race because it pretty much never happened. So, and then we don't even have to run it or anything. We can just cancel it. So that way we won't have empty entries in the super base every hour for a race that never took place. Alright, what else? Alright, the Windows dictation doesn't work as well as Whisper Flow. That's something for sure I have noticed. But is Whisper Flow worth $20 a month? I'm not sure yet. I'm going to try and vibe code my own, maybe over the weekend. Alright, what else? So all these 0 participant count things, I'm going to just erase them. Wait, should I erase them? Or should I just say maybe I should still keep them. Alright, after thinking about this for a couple more minutes, maybe it might be best to keep those races in the database and just make sure they get finalized, and that there's a note that there's 0 participants or whatever. So like when people are browsing back in history to look at the past results of championship races, I wouldn't want them to skip over like a bunch of races that had no participants and they're wondering what happened to those races. That's why I'm saying maybe we should keep a record that that race had 0 participants, and then we can show like nobody showed up. Alright, let's see what else we got, man. So race time limit, 5-minute time limit for the race. Let's change that time limit. I'm gonna make a new issue. Change championship race time limit to 2 minutes. Alright, every championship race should have a time limit of, so every championship race, or maybe every race, should have a time limit of 2 minutes. That means if participants aren't finished racing in those 2 minutes, then too bad, they don't get to finish, and then their score, how would we say, did not finish. There should be a status in Superbase that says whether or not they finished. So people that finished will be marked the race as complete, but people who failed to finish the text in 2 minutes should be marked as DNF, did not finish, or something. So maybe I'll leave these entries for now. But then the race results. How can we get these weird race results with a null rank? Not sure. I wonder if this is the DNF. Let me add a comment here to that issue. Maybe I should edit this title. Championship races with 0 participants, ? What did I say I was just gonna do, man? I was just about to do something. Oh yeah. DNF. So after looking at the Superbase data in the championship race results, I've noticed there are some entries that have the rank column as null. This could potentially mean did not finish. But I think we should have a more explicit way to mark did not finish, because maybe even if somebody did not finish, perhaps we could still rank them. We should think about that. You know, like, we can still rank the people that did not finish based on their words per minute or something. All right, what's next? Let's look at what's this? Championship race stats. Is this table necessary if we have all the results here? I guess it's kind of like we could derive all this data from the race results, but I suppose this would be like a cache or something. So it's like a lot cheaper to query this than to query all of the race results in the championship race. So maybe we can keep that. Alright, I think with that, maybe we can fix these things and then see what else to work on. There's probably some other things. Yeah, like this. Alright, we need to handle this flow better. So I'm gonna make a new issue. Redesign hourly race page. Alright, we gotta do some major redesigns to the hourly race page. First thing is we should rename it to the championship race, because that's what it really is. It's a championship race that takes place every hour. What's next? When I visit the championship race page and a race is not happening or the lobby isn't open, then we should show... Actually, I think I created a bug for this already, man. Hold on. Yeah, maybe I can... Alright. Cancel this. Alright, let's just work on a couple of these things. Number 38, I think. And then we'll go from there. So here we go, man. It's time to actually vibe. What are we gonna do? We're just gonna tell Claude to work on things. Should I pop this out, man? New terminal. Yes, clear your context. And then, okay, open the GitHub issues in type Blazor and do issue number 38. Oh shit, plan mode, yeah. Dang, where's everybody today, man? Everybody's at work on a Monday, right in the middle of RTO or something. Slick Nature, what's happening? You should make an ASMR coding channel. maybe this is the ASMR coding channel. Dushyant Singh, what's happening from YouTube? How do you decide which model to choose? I just use Claude Code Max Opus, basically. And I think the general consensus is that Opus is the best at coding. I haven't really tried any other models, so I just kind of do a little research and then choose one. Maybe I should try like ChatGPT again or Codex or whatever, and then I know there's Gemini Pro. People say is quite decent, you know. Oh, plan mode, edit mode, etc. They say before you start any work, you should always do it in plan mode. And then Opus will make a plan and will use a lot of context, like explore the code base and everything. And then it will discard all of the useless parts of the plan and get the plan down to be as concise as possible. And then it sends it over to edit mode or whatever it's called with the plan. So the edit mode doesn't have to waste context on planning. So the edit mode will just get the whole plan and have a fresh context to implement the plan. They say the models really degrade performance the more context is being used. So the less context it has available, the worse the performance is. That's why people say you should use plan mode in the beginning. Oh, douche, that's you on YouTube. Yeah, I thought that was you, man. I was like, I know that name. You look like you're high. Why you smoke weed? Why? Only total zeros smoke. Mr. Situation X, what's happening, man? I do smoke weed, but I'm not high right now. You got some pretty extreme views over there, man. I used to also be very anti-weed when I was a teenager. And then, I smoked some weed one time. I was like, dang, why was I anti-weed? This is bumping. And I like it. And then ever since, I was probably like 20 years old when I first smoked. Bit flipper, nothing wrong with THC. Yeah, that's what I think too. Mr. Situation X seems to be very, very disturbed by our behavior though, which is alright, man. I'm not here to please anyone really. Proudly, yeah. I don't really care what people think about me smoking unless I'm in a country where it's super illegal, then I probably care. But I'm not in a country where it's super illegal. Hey, Javier D, what's happening? How you doing? Alright, what did we just do, man? I forget what I just told it to do. I told it to do issue, oh yeah, to redesign that hourly race page. Wait, I got something else to say. Let's also change the name of the hourly race page to the championship race. I'm a person full of love. I hope you feel better, man. Obviously, you got some stuff you're struggling with. Yeah, Bit Flipper, I wouldn't worry about Mr. Situation X. Yeah. Everything's all good. Alright, let me try and see what these updates look like. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Bit Flipper. Are you into vibe coding, man? Is that what brings you to this channel? Following potheads, yeah. Ergon Rod, thank you very much for the follow. Man, I'm not hearing the sounds. Alright, should we... Yeah, let's... Man, let's change that hourly race. Or whatever, let's just keep it like that for now. Serial, welcome to the party. How are you doing? And Ergon Rod, Hey, welcome, welcome. First time chat. I'm poor, so I surf the free models. Yeah, I think well, I haven't tried many of the free models. I don't know what's out there. But I think it sounds like they're very capable, right? How's my day going? It's going alright, man. I'm just trying to work on the Type Blazer thing. Right now running open code Big Pickle. I've never heard of Big Pickle, man. Should I check it out? What is Big Pickle? Open code Big Pickle. Specialized high performance and stealth AI model available for free on a limited time basis. Interesting. GLM 4.6. Oh, who was talking about GLM 4.6 or whatever earlier, like last week? I forget. Maybe it was Glump was in here. Me neither before I open code, yeah. What are you building with all your vibes? Are you like using it for work? Are you employed? Or are you like working on personal projects? Or what? I'm using Cursor Claude. No. Yeah, I'm just using straight up Claude. Let me see how we're gonna do this. These are all my repos, man. Where's it doing the work? Is it doing the work in the main branch? No, can't believe it's doing that. I have very specific instructions for it to create a Git work tree, man. It's not using the instructions, unfortunately. I gotta tell it what's up. My website, a loot tracking tool for an MMO. Cool shit I can think of. Which MMO, man? MMO. People still play those? I didn't know they were bumping. I guess World of Warcraft has kind of made a comeback, it feels like. I don't know if any other MMOs right now. Entropia Universe. Dang. Never heard of that one. Interesting. Dang, it's old. Look at that. Real dollar economy. I've played a little bit of EVE Online way back, but I've never heard of this one. EVE was I always get into it for like a few days and then it's too much work. Never played an MMO in my life. Dang. You missed out on some good times, man. Alright, I gotta ask it. Did you read the Claude MD file and follow the instructions? It did not. I'm gonna tell you. My Claude MD file explicitly told it not to do what it just did and work in the main folder. I can't believe I gotta tell it all the time. See, look, now it realizes what you did. Keep the changes as is, but make a note for the future. It is Very important that you do not mess up again. They're converting from CryEngine to Unreal Engine now. CryEngine. It's like way back when Crysis came out or something. I remember when that game Crysis came out. They were like, oh man, no computer can run this game on full graphics. You need like craziest machine. Even like 10 years later, things couldn't run that dang game properly. I don't know if that's true. Steven Sagaball, what's happened? You're right, Simon. I gotta lock in and focus. What are you talking about, man? Right about what? How will you prevent yourself from making this mistake again? The rebellion of the agents, yeah, man. Claude has to be amazing these days. I paid for a month of it back when we were copying, pasting from the browser exclusively. Hey, I'm very impressed. I've been vibe coding for 2 weeks now, maybe 2.5 weeks. And like, I'm blown away by how much progress I've made with Claude Code and how it can identify its issues and fix them and adapt to my style and all of that stuff, man. It start by them not reading the Claude MD. I told its ass to read the Claude MD, man. Your coder, yeah, I was a programmer. I started learning how to code in 2013, so I've been doing this for a while. But man, I don't know if I'll be coding again. I'll just be telling Claude what to do. Alright, before touching any code, my first action would be, yeah. These are the instructions I told you in the thing, man. Anyways. Let's see if it did the change though. So I'm gonna go to the Docker thing, bring it down. Hey, Steven Sagaball, I asked you a question, man, and you never responded. What happened? Did you get pipped at work or something? Sounds like something happened, you know? This is coding now as a hobbyist 20 years before LLMs. Yeah, this is coding, I think. I guess. It's fun. Like, I've always enjoyed building things. 100% enjoy building things. I am not sure I always enjoyed the coding part. Sometimes it can be very fun and fulfilling, especially when you solve a really difficult problem. But I think I get the most joy from seeing my creation come to life, from an idea to being like a real product or a real physical or digital thing. And I think the vibe coding, LLMs and all that stuff, it allows me to build and reach that, you know, that goal a lot quicker than programming. Knowing years of stuff makes you years ahead of pure vibe coders. They don't know the patterns and terminology. Yeah, I'd hope so. At least for now, while there's still, you know, some use for having all this knowledge, I guess. I'm still not quite comfortable with merging code I don't fully understand what is doing. I might need to just let go. Hey, Javier D, I think I had that mentality early on, but somewhere along the lines, I just kind of switched. And I was like, man, well, I think once the LLMs could just get all 4 questions in Leak Code contest in like 5 minutes, I was like, yeah, for sure, this thing probably codes better than I do most of the time. And then I started to think, like, imagine you were like a super senior staff engineer, principal engineer in some company. You tell the juniors to do something, right? But you're not gonna go over every single line of code that they do and read every single design doc in the company, man. You do have to just kind of let go at some point. But I don't know if we're there yet. But this is kind of like a great big experiment for me. I'm just letting go of not understanding every line of code, and I'm trying to see if I can build something without even knowing what the code looks like. And it's pretty low risk because this thing isn't even live, so it's like a brand new project, you know. So we'll see. We'll see if it can be done. Which one do you suggest solving? LeetCode, Codeforce's problem, or real life projects to be a good software engineer who has strong analytical, logical thinking, and someone who can get things done? I think they're both important these days, man. But if you want to work at a big tech company, you gotta solve some LeetCode problems to pass the interview, that's for sure. This is not true. Nemaldev, what's happened? This is not true. I'm trying to use AI a lot, and it will still find problems on its own code after 3 recursive iterations of review this branch against X branch. Wait, what's not true? Reviewing code fast is a skill we're exercising more these days, or should. Yeah, I should probably review more code, but man, if it works, who cares? It's not true that AI is really good at coding. I don't know, man. I disagree. I think it's really good at coding. And I think there's a lot of evidence to support that it can do many tasks very, very efficiently. Maybe it can't code everything ever known to man instantly bug-free, but it is extremely capable. But I guess, you know, we can all have our opinions here. I know AI is a very polarizing topic, and everyone has different opinions on its capabilities and its future, you know. I'm only one person out there with my opinions. Even the free ones are good enough to skyrocket my productivity. Yeah, I haven't even tried the free ones. Alright, what are we doing, man? We're trying to build the thing, and then we're trying to see what changes it made. Alright. Oh, I have to make an issue of this. The type blazer in the hourly race page. Alright, let me just make a load of issues right now. Rename all routes with hourly race to let's get rid of the term hourly race throughout the code base and the project. This means anything that says hourly race, it should be renamed to championship race or something along those lines. This is something that needs to be done in this repository as well as the TypeBlazer API repository and any other repo that's related. Is AI really solving hard LeetCode problems easily? I tested in early days and it couldn't. Man, it's solving every single LeetCode hard in like super easily. If you look at the LeetCode contest page, man, the first page is usually all AI people. And so many, it sounds like a lot of people are discouraged from competing because it's gotten that ridiculous. Yeah, how early? How early were you checking these things out, Javier D? Let's take a look right now. LeetCode contest. Let's look at the last one. I mean, right now they probably cleaned up the rankings because they, you know. Alright, I'm pretty sure everybody here. Well, AYS is legit. AYS is not an AI user, man. Or maybe maybe he does, but he's been getting first places in contests before LLMs. When ChatGPT was launched, dang, that was like 3 years ago, man. Come on now. I luckily made it to page 4 this time. Dang, bumping. I haven't even taken a contest in a while, douche. I'm scared. Yeah, A Weiss. This guy right here, Alex Weiss. I'd say he's like one of the OGs of the streamers in LeetCode that really inspired me to do my thing. This guy taught me a lot, man. He used to always stream the contest solutions and everything. And he did so much to inspire me. But he's a real legend, man. Not only a legend in the LeetCode community or whatever, he's a legend in the poker community, it seems like. And he's also a legend in the crypto community. This man made like over $100 million in crypto. He also made over $1 million just playing poker online, I heard. And then he came in and he got like back-to-back first place finishes in LeetCode contests a few times. So he's like crazy cracked out, man. I'm gonna follow him. Yeah, only 12 followers. Hey, new LeetCode feature, you can follow and unfollow people. What the hell? This guy needs to change that link. LeetCode got a follow option? Yeah. Legend, you say? Yeah, top 0.01. But man, this is just his LeetCode. He has done so much more outside of LeetCode. That's insane. Like, if you look at his Twitter, he has a story of, I think he made over $100 million trading crypto. And then I think he lost it all in the, which one of those crypto exchanges went down? He was caught up in one of them and all his money got lost or something. How do you know about Alex Weiss? Do you know him? I don't know him personally, but I've been following him and I've been learning from him for years, for about 6 years now. BitConnect? No, it wasn't BitConnect, man. FTX. That's the one. FTX. I think he lost a lot of money in FTX. It's Diego. How you doing, man? How are you learning from him? What? He used to do streams back in 2020, 2021. After every LeetCode contest and every binarysearch.io contest, he would go live on Twitch and he would go over the contest and explain all of the problems. And, you know, I would tune in after every LeetCode contest to him explaining things. That's how I learned from him. I actually learned one of my favorite algorithms from that guy. It's called line sweep. And it was, I remember very explicitly like how like mind blown I was when I read his code and I just understood it, you know? And ever since, line sweep has been one of, like, I love doing line sweep on problems. Anyways, just enjoying the vibes with you people. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome. Nickname with only numbers, I think. Wait, no. Numbers is a different person, Javier D. Bro, what's your issue? Dirk Diggler, what's happened? What's your issue? I do hear for your LeetCode contest waiting room. Wait. Who has an issue? I didn't see no issues. What is your username on LeetCode and Codeforces? My username is Midnight Simon on LeetCode. You helped me a lot, thanks with LeetCode. Yeah, no worries, man. That's why we do it, to help other people. I feel so many people helps me to learn algorithms. Why am I looking at Big Pickle? Alright, what are we trying to do? Oh dang, it just opened the lobby by itself. That's nice. It actually worked. We're trying to look at... Man, I forget what we're doing. Alright. Can you commit everything and make a PR? Actually, I think you committed things to main, so whatever, man. Just upload the changes. Do not finish needs to be distinct. That was the last time I was paying attention, yeah. Yeah, Bit Flipper. I remember. Alright, we're trying to make... Oh yeah, we're trying to work on the issues. Maybe that's what the guy was talking about. What's my issue? The issue is... in the championship race screen type blazer. The R in type blazer is cut off on the championship race screen. We should fix it. Alright, what other issues we got? Man, you think I can just launch this right now? Let's try one race. One more race. Were you ready to unleash Claude on a couple of these issues? Yeah, I was trying to like collect all the issues first and then start doing some work on them. But let's see if the actual race works, because it's supposed to be every hour on the hour. So that means in 2 minutes this race is gonna start. So I'll test that out and then we'll go from there. I would really like to upload everything and make it live, you know, so we can test it across the world. Oh, someone says great microphone. Thank you. What does this feature do though? Hey, douche, what are you talking about? Which feature? My bad. Vercel? No, I have a dedicated server. Sabi, what's happening? Welcome. How you doing? Alright, race starts in 1 minute. And I got 2 things on there. I got this and that. Oh, LeetCode follow feature. I have no idea what it does. Maybe you can see all their posts or something. I think it's new. Probably have AWS? No, I don't have AWS, man. I have a dedicated server that I rent. Like a physical machine. Doing great. I'm also doing great just vibe coding, man. At least trying to... testing out my typing website. Testing out this hourly race feature where every hour on the hour there's gonna be a championship race. 30 seconds to go and I'll test it. Usually I've been testing it with manually starting the races and stuff, but this is the first time I'm going to be testing it where it automatically opens the lobby and starts the race. So 15 seconds, man. This timing seems a little bit weird. It's like jumpy. Look at it. It's kind of strange, huh? I should make a note of that. slow, 81, but I guess it works. Let me finish it typing on the other thing, and we should see my WPMs move. Alright, finished and finished. Do I have to wait until it gets finalized? How does that work? Do we wait 5 minutes? And let me leave and go back and see. Alright, the live leaderboard is blank when I leave and come back. I think I have an issue for that. Right here. Actually, this is the work it was doing right now. So let me tell this AI. After the championship, after I finish racing in the championship race, I leave the race and I go back to the race. The leaderboard is blank. Fix it, please. Let's see, can it fix it? I need to be working on multiple agents in one, but I think right now things are so janky on the thing that I think it's probably best to do one agent at a time until I get everything kind of stable. Then we can send agents to work on different parts of the website. But right now everything is just kind of interconnected and one big ball of jank. Oh, it says it's gonna set up a work tree properly this time. We'll see. Oh, it did use the work tree. But then now it's gonna be like hard to test, man. I guess I could come in here and edit this Docker file to use. This is the front end. Yeah, so this will build the front end properly, I guess. Yeah, so I guess I can just use that, huh? Alright, let me see about that. Also, I need to copy my env file, so hold up. Alright, where are we going? We're going here. And then I'm going to run it now. How do you do that? Docker compose build. Here we go, man. Uh-oh. API fetch failed? Well, because the API wasn't up yet, man. Can I change the order that they... Can I put the API up first? Oh. Well, it looks like it works now. Alright, let's see. Let's test out whatever they just fixed. Dang, now I gotta... Alright, let's manually start the next race. So open the lobby. Lobby is open. Join the race. Start the race. $81. Am I just slow on this site? Alright, what we're trying to check? We're trying to check when I leave and I go back. Live leaderboard is blank, man. I'll take a screenshot for it to understand. I just checked your work and it still doesn't work, man. Look at the screenshot I just provided. Let's see. This is a different issue than what I fixed. Yeah, you gotta fix that. That's the issue I want you to fix, man. What machine are you using? What machine? I don't even know the specs. Maybe I have like a 5900X CPU. 6800 XT GPU, Windows 11 or 10. I don't even know which Windows I got, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty old, my computer here. It's at least 7 years old, but I've had some upgrades along the way. Originally, I had a 3700X CPU and like a 1080 Ti in this machine. Search for the server logs. I can look in the server logs. There's the server logs for you. Alright, let's see if it will figure it out, man. What am I coding? I'm working on a typing game called Type Blazer. It's just a website to practice typing. And I'm trying to make it so it's multiplayer so that you can race against other people. Found the issue. If the foreign key doesn't exist, then the database fails. Or maybe the thing needs to be finalized or something. No previous race results available. That's also an issue. Let me make a new issue. Can't see previous championship race results on the Alright, when I visit the championship page and it's counting down to the next championship race, under the previous race results, there is nothing to see, even though there was a previous race. Check out the screenshot attached. Alright, more issues. Just handed in my last PR for my project. Fluffy, welcome to the party. Dang. What was your project, man? Wait. Project? Is this school? Are you talking about school? Almost free. Oh, jeez. What was your project on? No work. Almost free. Wait, what do you mean almost free then? Like after they finish this project, aren't they gonna just give you another project? Or do you particularly hate this project? Oh, the ERP thing. Yeah, I remember you talking about this. That project. Yeah. Dave Codes. What's happening? Vibe Code or Simon? Yeah, maybe that should be my new name, huh? Sort of a freelance thing for a startup. My employment situation is weird. I see what you're saying then. Are you looking for more permanent employment or do you like freelancing more? Man, how am I gonna test this? How are we gonna test? So, alright. Leaderboard. Man, should I just merge it? Or should I try to make it work? I'm gonna try and make it work. So instead of using the Typeblazer API, let's use this instead. Typeblazer API context is we're gonna use that instead. And then I think I can just use Docker Compose. Well, I already stopped it. Docker Compose up build. Try that. I'm going back to school for Masters in Math, so I'm taking a sort of sabbatical to catch up with material until that starts. Dang, math. What do you want to do with that math? Is there something you had in mind? Or do you just feel like math is overpowered, you know? I definitely see more coding my future in math though, but not the same kind. Yeah, maybe if I could go back in time and major in something, it might be math, man. Maybe. I'm not sure, actually. But I feel math will always be useful, you know? I want to be a professor. Dang. I see. So you're not just going back for your master's. You're going back for life. You're going back for a long time. Alright, where were we? Type Blazer. Alright, we're gonna check this dang thing again. So, championship race. And then I gotta start the thing with my scripts. Yes, for life. Oh, that's a bug too, man. That is also a bug. Man, there's so many bugs. I don't even know where to begin. Hopefully a PG right after the Masters. Yeah, one step at a time. But yeah. That's a lot. How are we gonna fix this thing? I don't want to use the same context because it's gonna be weird. How should I do this? Should I just merge everything? What was the bug I was asking to fix anyways? I remember. Let me look at the changes. Can I even see them? I can't see them. I'm gonna just look at the PRs then. Demon Puke, what's happening? How you doing? I don't know what that does, but dang. I don't know how to proceed here. All right, I'll merge them. I'll merge them, and then I'll try and just fix bugs one at a time or something, because I think I'm getting too crazy with. I try and fix a bug, and then I notice the other bug, and then I tell it to fix the new bug that I noticed in the same context. I don't think that's a very good pattern for me. So I'll just merge this for now, even though I didn't really confirm it works, because it's kind of blocked by another bug, you know. So that's one thing. I think in the API there's another pull request. Delete that branch. All right, now I'm gonna clear a dang context. Actually, I'm gonna close it and relaunch it. Is there an update? Everyone's talking online about there's like a new Claude update. Let me check. Man, what the hell? Claude update. I do have the latest version. What are we trying to do here? We're trying to figure out Alright, I think I prefer Whisper Flow over this Windows thing. I gave the Windows thing a real try, but I think Whisper Flow is superior. So here we go. Alright, so there seems to be some weird issues going on. When I try to manually start a new championship race, like for example, we're not at the regular schedule hourly time, and I'm in dev mode, and I'm trying to start a new championship race to test something. I'm able to open the lobby, but when I join the lobby, it's showing me that I've already finished that race, and it's showing me my results from the previous championship race that I manually tried to do. So anyways, what I'm saying is, whenever I start a new manual lobby and race, it should be a completely new race and not read from the last race. I think somewhere in the logic is being tripped up by the whole hourly thing, and we should stop thinking of these races as hourly races. Just think of them as individual championship races, and there can be more than one championship race in an hour. Let's see if we can understand all that junk I just said. Anyways, yes, explore the code base and let me know. And I'm just gonna chill for a little bit. I just realized, are you using speech to text? Yeah, I'm using speech to text, man, because it would take me a long time to type all this junk out and try to like explain with typing. But it's a lot easier for me to just dump my brain when I'm talking, and then I just have the AI try to figure out what the hell I was saying, you know? But you speak faster than I type. Or no, you type faster than I speak, man. Fluffy types at 140 something WPMs. And look at, like, I'm not even joking. Look at my Whisper Flow WPMs. I'm only at 134. So I think you'd be able to just type your thoughts faster than I can speak mine, you know? Alright, let's see. Is it gonna be able... Oh, I see the issue, it says. The store has logic to check completed race ID against the current race ID, but the problem is likely how the API determines the current race. Yeah. I do type out my thoughts for projects before organizing them. How long have you been coding? Faux fash. What's happened? I've been coding since 2013. 2013? Yeah. So 12, 13 years or so. That's awesome. Yeah. I wouldn't say I've been coding like every single day over the last 13 years though. There's some times when I maybe took a little break. Yeah, that's true. Steven Sagaball, what you talking about? What's true? Vertizoid, how you doing, man? Wait, especially with something like Excaddraw, where I can do quick mind maps. Yeah, I don't dump my thoughts out onto paper often enough, but maybe with text or voice to text, I'll do it more often. I think I need to be like one of them scientists in them movies where they always have the little voice recorder and they're like, March 27th, 2035. I just noticed the specimen has whatever, you know. I need to be one of them scientists, man. And then just feed all my voice logs to the AI to like make organized notes. Is it easy for you to keep track of the project structure? No, it's not, man. Mario, I'm struggling. I'm struggling with everything, kind of. Alright, the main thing I'm struggling with is trying to test new features because I have so many, like, it's not that many. It's like 4 or 5 different services for this project. If I have a feature that spans across multiple services and it modifies the code, it's like a pain in the ass to switch and test, you know, build the new projects with all the new features in the new branches and make sure everything. So that's one thing I've been struggling with, man. Especially when I have multiple agents working on different features and I got like, it gets real messy with testing. I would kill for an AI that can do speech to text with latex. Hey, maybe that would be a good project to work on. I think picture to latex is pretty good already. Oh yeah, maybe. I can just say integral from 1 to x over 1 TDT. Oh, yeah. Man, that would be... I don't even know if, as a human, I can sometimes understand when people are talking about math, you know? You get a lot of merge conflicts. No, it's not the merge conflicts thing. It's just having... Alright, so for every feature, I'm like creating a new folder in a new Git work tree and stuff. But when I want to test everything together, like end-to-end test, it's not actually a test. It's me manually QAing though. Maybe I'm using test wrong. So like when I'm manually QAing the app, I need to make sure the version I'm building has all the new features in it. And if my Docker Compose has many different services in it, I need to make sure that I'm building the correct branch of whichever service that has the new feature. So that's something I've been struggling with a little bit lately. I've had some bootleg fixes for that, but nothing seems super clean right now. Right now I just kind of modify the Docker Compose in the feature branch that I'm working on, and I'll modify like, oh, you know, you should read this service comes from this folder instead of the original one and things like that. So that's, I don't know. If I could streamline one thing in my flow right now, that's what it would be. Just write it down and send the pic to ChatGPT and say convert to latex. Yeah, that should work for Fluffy, but maybe he's driving and he wants to talk to the AI while he's driving in the Tesla or something. Alright, what did I just do, man? Did it finish? Alright, it says it did everything. I don't know where it did its changes though. Where did you do your changes? What branch folder? I love Tesla. What? Man, it told me it wasn't gonna make those mistakes again, and it just made the mistake again. 2. Keep the changes. But earlier in a session, you told me that you will never make this mistake again. And here we are, 1 session later, you're making the same mistake by not working in an isolated Git work tree, and you broke the #1 rule of never to work in the original folder of the repository. Always create the work tree. How can I get you to follow the instructions in Claude Code every single time? Getting angry at it, man. Dang, it just blocked me. Jesus Christ. Is Claude down? You got whoever has Claude Code. Is it also down for you right now? It's angry back at me. What I have in my Claude MD, I tell it mandatory work in isolated Git work trees. Never modify the code in the main working directory. All code changes must be made in an isolated Git work tree. Each repo, blah blah blah. Before starting any task, determine which repo, whatever. Make sure you get the latest stuff. Make the work tree and then work, you know. But then it doesn't follow any of my instructions, man. So, like, I don't know what the hell. They're tripping. Are you working? Uh-oh. Major outage. No, partial outage today. Dang, everyone's saying 5.0 is coming with all of the dang outages they've been having. 89 reports for Claude on down detector. Yes, Douche is also having errors. Yeah. I'm having the same errors, man. So I guess, what can we do with no Claude? We can only chill. Maybe I should try other AIs. Is Moltbook causing outages? Oh yeah, perhaps. Anthropic is out of money. I can't see that happening right now, man. It must be the Moltbook thing, man. Look, it's been happening the last week. Man, whose idea was this Moltbook thing? It's just silly. What are these people doing out there, man? Alright, how do we proceed? Hey, look at this. The issue has been fully resolved. That's not true. Oh, this was at real early in the morning. This was earlier, like 6 a.m. for me. Should we just chill until then? I don't want to chill, man. I want to work. But I can't work without Claude, you know? By Codex Max? Man. Should I? Let's see. Let's see what OpenAI has to offer. What's the difference between Codex and regular ChatGPT? We gotta join the waitlist. I don't want to join the dang waitlist, man. What's the difference between Codex and... Nobody knows. Codex, AI model optimized for software development. ChatGPT is conversational AI designed for whatever. They launched new Codex app 2 days ago. Yeah, everybody's been raving about it, but I have a hard time believing any comments that I read on social media and stuff these days because I think everybody's a shill. Nothing can be trusted, man. At least in the beginning, you know. So maybe I should test it out myself, huh? Oh, wait. It's back. It's back. I don't have any memory between sessions, so promises from previous sessions don't carry over. Wrote one memory? What the hell is a memory, man? Cool water noises? Yeah, somebody just flushed the toilet upstairs. I didn't even know about memory for Claude. This memory file will now be loaded into my system. It's the first thing I'll see before responding. That said, I won't pretend this is foolproof. I can still make mistakes, but having it in my system prompt gives me the best chance of catching myself for editing files in the wrong location. Tell me more about this memory file. I have never heard of it before. Are we back? Seems like it's alright now, huh? It probably saw me going to Codex. I was like, dang, we can't be losing a customer to Codex. Is there a system prompt? You can add that request to. Oh, yeah. That's what it's saying, a system prompt, but I don't know what that is. So I just asked it to explain, and it says, it's a Claude Code feature called Auto Memory. Here's how it works. What it is, a project-specific directory where I can store notes that persist across sessions. The file memory.md in that directory is automatically loaded into my system prompt every time you start a conversation in this project. Wait, so then what's the difference between memory.md and claude.md? Only the first 200 lines of memory are loaded. Instead of relying on me to remember a promise, the rule is now literally part of my instructions, it says, every time we talk about this project. Curator Collective, what's happening? Welcome. Claude MDR rules that auto spin up every time you give it any prompt message. So then what is a memory MD then? That's what I thought a Claude MD file was. But this thing is saying, all right, let's see. Good question. There are several, or they serve different purposes. Memory is outside. It doesn't get committed. I write a Claude MD? No way, man. People write their own Claude MDs. I didn't know that. So they're kind of like the same, right? Think of Claude MD as the project's documentation's rules and Memory MD as my personal sticky notes to not screw up again. Both get loaded into my system prompts, but Claude MD is authoritative project documentation, while Memory MD is more like my learning journal for this specific project. All right. The memory is to know what's going on with specifics of any project you're working on, and be careful with this. If your memory file is also loading every time, it can get very large and take up your context window. And with Claude, you have 200,000 tokens per context window. So if you load lots of agents and memory, it uses, and once you exceed 100K, then your output starts deteriorating. But it says here that only the first 200 lines of the Memory MD are loaded. So, but yeah. I hear what you're saying though, Curator. I'm just trying to understand it more. This is the first time I've ever encountered this memory MD thing. But anyways, I forget what we're working on before. All right. So let me try to test whatever it's working on. All right. Actually, let me tell you. Can you clean up work trees that have branches that have already been merged, please? You're on the right path. Nice work. Yeah, man, it's real fun. I've been doing this vibe coding thing for about 2.5 weeks. I tried a little bit last summer, but I don't really count that too much to my experience because a lot has changed since then. But this time around, 2.5 weeks, and I'm like, I feel like every day I get a little bit better at vibe coding. Like I know how to structure myself a little bit more. I know different patterns I should be using when vibe coding, like the whole get work trees thing. I'm trying to like be more parallel, like using more agents in parallel, even though sometimes it's difficult for me. I'm just trying to find a good balance that works for me right now, you know. But man, getting lots of API errors. I don't know what to do. Are you working? Do you do a lot of cleanup and refactoring? Yes, I do a lot of cleanup and refactoring, man. I try to like glance at the code. I don't look at the code too much, but every now and then I'll spot check something and I'll try and call things out that look like technical debt or things that look a little fishy, or if there's like too much duplicate information across the code base or in the database, I'll ask it to clean it up and to consolidate, you know. I try and keep my naming conventions good. Sometimes it goes off and it names things differently than I expect it to. But yeah, I'm still trying to learn. Are you working yet? Fix leaderboard on return. What is fix leaderboard? Oh yeah, I remember what it was. I don't even know if it works, but I'll merge it for now. Ask it to address the API error and why it's getting that error by reflecting a mirror at itself. With Opus 4.5, it is pretty smart at picking up where it fell off. That makes sense. Wait, what do you mean, man? Reflecting a mirror at itself? Wait, like why it's getting the internal API error? Well, I assume it's just their servers are being slammed right now or something. But we'll see. It's been happening a little bit in the last 15 minutes or so. But maybe they're working on it. I mean, don't detect reporting issues. Yeah, I don't think it's like something wrong with my end, you know. When you stumble or it fails at something, tell it what you see, the API error, and the mirror. I just mean to tell it that. Wait, I just mean to tell it what you see by holding its hand a little more. That's all. Interesting. Personally, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Argson, how you doing, man? But yeah, lots of errors being reported today. Rumors are 5.0 is about to drop. That's what the rumors are, man. We're just, oh, Jesus. What do you say I should tell it? I should tell it, why are you erring? Look at yourself in the mirror and let me know if you feel proud of what you see. You say something like that? Do something like that to it? It says, you're right to call me out like that. I mean, actually, it was. Anyways, don't need to literally say mirror, but that's funny. I'm curious what it will say. Yeah. I don't even know. I think it's just tripping because servers are not stable right now. Buying any stocks? I don't have any money, Steven Sagaball, to buy stocks. I have stocks. I have a lot of Google. Google is like basically all my portfolio, man. I'm like 50% Google, 50% index fund. I made a properly insane AI the other day. Had to flashy thing it. What? You had to erase its memory. Google is up 60% a year. Yes, it is. That's why I'm liking it. I don't know. I have a little bit of Meta and I have a little bit of Rolls Royce, and that's all I got. And I don't really. I don't know. Maybe I'll buy something if I see a nice opportunity. But right now I'm just kind of chilling. I don't do as much research as I should do though, especially with AI to help me. I could probably build some nice tools to give me some daily or weekly reports of things I should be keeping track of or something like that, man. Bought Nvidia when DeepSeek came out. Nice. Yeah, I like to do that. I like to buy on down days a little bit, you know. No regrets. Today's a down day. Hey, Google earnings comes out later, man. Right? Dang. I'm broke. I'm so broke, man. I think Google earnings is today. Any insider knowledge? I don't work at Google anymore, so I can say whatever I want, man. Usually, like in the past, anytime like there's clear instructions to all employees working at Google that you're absolutely not supposed to comment on the stock price or anything when earnings are coming out, like your personal feelings, none of that. You can't comment on anything. But since I don't work there anymore, I can say whatever I want, man. Is it going up? Is it going down? I'm holding a lot of Google, so that should tell you what I feel. I feel it's going up. But who knows this earnings call if it will go up. Every time Google crushes earnings, it's like it goes down. Or, oh, cloud missed by $1, down 6%. Like, come on, man. Get out of here. Should I bet my life savings on it? Hey, that's a quick way to come up by just throwing it all in there. It's also a quick way to go down, man. But I like that type of party sometimes. Okay, file lock. Close any editors. Yeah, I can do that, man. Okay, I closed all the editors. I'm getting 500 again? Dang. Hey, douche, what are you doing on Claude? Are you building something? And I don't remember if you still work at the same place you used to work at, or if you moved on. Should I tell it delete everything? Man, I feel like I haven't done anything. Also left around mid-July. How's... Yeah, alright, that's what I feel like I remembered, but I wasn't sure. Building Android app personal projects. So you're kind of doing what I'm doing, just messing around with AI all day in your free time? Or have you been looking for a new job or something? Because I don't plan to find a job anytime soon, man. I plan to just see what I can build with these LLMs. Alright. So now, finally did all that junk. Let me see what... I don't even remember what we're working on, man. I'm looking, the bar is crazy right now. Dang. Well, if anybody can pass the bar, I would imagine you're one of them, man. Alright, let's see what we're gonna do. Everything's... Dang, all these clients connecting. It's crazy. I forget what changes did I even do, man. All right, let me see. We'll start a race manually. Thanks for the kind of... Hey, those weren't kind words, man. I'm serious. Like, you're definitely top tier in algorithms and stuff, man. No way them technical interviews... Well, I guess over where you are, it's a lot harder. But still, man, you got great knowledge on algorithms. All right, here we go. We open the lobby, join the race. I'm gonna start the race. Man, look at all these console logs, man. We gotta take those out. Hey, look, I have an error all the way up here. There's some bugs for sure in this thing. Alright, so it says it fixed it. The problem was after I left and I came back. Ooh. Dang, I see what happened. The new lobby opened up. Shit. Well, let me do this race. It's gonna be weird because it's like it's supposed to be a race every hour, and now the real race kind of rode the dev race I just launched. So that's kind of weird. Alright, so now let me try it again. I leave and I go back, and the live leaderboard still doesn't show. I'm gonna clear this, refresh. Alright. Where's Claude at? Claude. Alright, I just tested it out and it still is not working. When I leave the race, the championship race, and I go back to the championship race after leaving, the live leaderboard is blank. Here's a copy of the browser console when I visit the live leader, or when I visit the championship race after leaving. State the obvious. Tell it explicitly what you expect to see in the live leaderboard. Yeah, maybe I'll try that. Blossoming Petals, how are you doing? Good morning to you. Oh, it knows to create the work tree, but maybe this time I don't even want the dang work tree, man. What is this doing with those changes? Sure, do whatever you want, man. Dang, how many trees is it making? Oh, just two. One for the front end, one for the championship race server. That's fine. I can work with that. Oh man, it's getting hungry time now. Almost lunchtime, man. Oh, there's something else I noticed. Maybe I should... Like, when I sign in... Oh, Twitch is there now. But it wasn't there last time I checked. Oh, it's not up. It's not... What are your thoughts on Claude Code so far? I have zero experience with it, but it seems relatively neat for simple tasks. It's neat for way more than simple tasks, I think. It's very powerful. I'm enjoying myself a lot. I think it's definitely something every software engineer should get familiar with. Maybe not Claude Code exactly, but some type of terminal coding assistant thing like Claude Code or Gemini CLI or whichever one, man. Open Code, they're all crazy. And if you're not using it and you're a software engineer, you should be at least checking it out, you know? Maybe try and push it to its limits or give it simple tasks to see what it can do and gradually increase the complexity of the tasks to see where it would break down. Or I don't know, I think just manage it like how you'd manage an intern or a junior on your team might be a good way to do it. Like, you know, you can set up how I've been using it. I've been manually creating issues in my GitHub repositories and then assigning a certain issue to Claude Code to finish, and it will implement it, create a new branch, do all the work, and then I just merge it. You know, I guess you could review the code, but I skip that step. I just merge it usually. But I think if you give it small enough tasks to do, it does well. But if I were to just say, hey, build me $1 million app, it would probably do some garbage, you know. But if you give it like, you know, okay, fix this particular bug and give it a list of all the information about the bug, it will probably find and fix that bug in like 5 minutes or less. Alright, let's try this thing. Let's see if it fixes this. Talking about bugs, man. Let's see. So I just told it to do something, and then I'm gonna try it out. So we gotta go to TypeBlazer fix. Go into this Docker. I gotta copy over my envs, man. So can I just hide this like that? I just copy this env. This is my flow. I was talking earlier about some things I'm struggling with, and this is one of the things I struggle with. It's like testing a new feature that's in another branch and work tree. So I just copy my env files to this thing, and then I have to modify my Docker Compose so it reads from the correct thing. So it should be in TypeBlazer fix, and then the championship server is a different path. It's this one. And then I'll just run Docker Compose up build right here to test. If you give it $1 million prompt and a couple $100, it can get you more than halfway there in one prompt. Yeah, I don't know about all that, but maybe like $100 idea, one prompt. I don't know about $1 million app. Alright, so we just built it. Now let's see if the dang thing is gonna work. I gotta sign in. Alright, still doesn't show the previous race, but that's okay for now because we want to check. Let me start this new race. Open the lobby. Lobby's open. I join the race. I'm gonna join the race on my other account. Or the lobby. And then I'll start the race. Alright, so when I leave and I go back, live leaderboard still not showing anything. I did build it, right? Oh, error. That's why, maybe. Alright, I think I have an idea why. So let me just tell Claude my idea. Alright, your fix still doesn't work. I'm seeing this error in the API logs. I have a theory. My theory is that the race results are not finalized to Supabase. And it's only held in memory on the championship server. So maybe you're trying to use the API to get the race history of the current race that's going on right now, but it hasn't been finalized, so there's no records in the database on that race yet. Everything is still in the championship server's memory. Can you verify that this theory is or is not true? Let's see, man. I really feel that is the problem. Should I put plan mode on? Alright. I feel like progress is slow with this type racer thing, man. Your theory is partially correct. Maybe. Alright. Well, fix it. Fix it, man. That's all I really care about. Found the issue. Yeah, fix it, man. I need you to fix this. Is it gonna fix it? Then I gotta bring this down. And I probably have to modify this Docker Compose to use a new API that it's gonna create right here. Wait, what? Fix is already in main? That's crazy. So maybe I have to pull it in. I am running the latest version of the API. I'm running it, man. What are you talking about? Oh, super hungry right now. Docker build no cache. All right, let's try that. What was it telling me to type? All right, let's try to put it back up again, man. All right, here we go. Yet again. Start the dang lobby. Open a lobby. Start the race. Race the race. Lobby's open. Lobby's open. Alright, if I leave and I go back. Come on, man. Oh. It is still not working, man. I rebuilt the image and everything, and I'm getting an empty live leaderboard. Where does the information from the live leaderboard come from, and why is it empty? Think really hard. wish I knew what race that was. I guess we can look at the time. I don't know which one it would be though. This one? Who knows? Man, that is not the problem, man. Is it? It can't be. Because oh man. That cannot be the problem because I was using the championship server that does have your commits in them. So it must be something else. I rebuilt everything. The championship server running is from the get work tree that has your fix in it. This is what vibe coding looks like sometimes, man. You're just stuck. About to go look in there myself, man. Unfortunately, I don't want to do that. Get work tree. Oh yeah, I see. It'll figure it out, man. Pass Rice. What's happened? Welcome. When you leave the page, you're removed from the race. So when you come back, you're no longer in the player's map. Disconnected players should be kept in the race. And I've been testing it with both other players in the race and by myself, and in both cases the leaderboard is always empty when I return. So let's try and fix this issue now that you've identified that this is probably a design problem. UltraThink. Hey, Pass Rice, how you doing, man? Are you into Claude Code stuff? Are you a vibe coder? Are you a student? Are you a software engineer? Chilling at home? What's going on? Sorry, I've been trying to fix this for like 2 hours now. If it doesn't work this time, man, I might have to actually get my hands dirty for the first time on this project. But I don't want to, man. I really don't want to. Remove player. Disconnect. Erase by key. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Let me see if it'll fix it though. Go eat? Yeah, I'm about to eat in like 40 minutes. I find Claude Code is so crazy awesome in creating prototypes from scratch and Claude MD with so little commands. However, when going for features afterwards, it struggles real hard if I don't explain them in very great detail. Seems that's the case here too. Sometimes I try to explain it in great detail. I think maybe it just made a incorrect assumption while designing this, and it's created a design flaw. And I've picked up on this flaw by just testing out my app, and I'm like trying to fix all the bugs before I put this live, you know. But yeah, maybe if I had more details, it would probably not have found a bug. I'm a Flutter dev, bachelor's in game dev with around 15 years in the full stack. Dang, you're bumping. Yeah, just do whatever fix you think is right. Stop. Instead of creating a brand new Git work tree, let's use the one you already created because it's the same issue. What's the name? The one you created is called Type Blazor Championship Server Fix Reconnect State. Alright, I hope this is finally the fix, then we can move on to the next 50 bugs that I've found in the app. And one by one, we'll find them all, hopefully. We'll see how that goes. Since you don't review, do you also deploy unreviewed? Yeah, right now I do, because nobody's using it. It's like I haven't even actually deployed this app yet. So I think once it gets more mature, I don't know if I'll be doing the same things I'm doing now. Like right now I have no tests, no nothing. It's just whatever because it's a brand new project. But eventually, I suppose I'll try and add as much test coverage as possible, so when I'm adding new features, I can test if anything breaks in the unit test or integration tests. And then if all the tests are good, I'm just gonna deploy it and then try to get some production monitoring going on as well. But man, that's so far out. It's Logan Butler. How you doing? Welcome to the party. Right now I'm just trying to build a product, so I'm not too worried about breaking things since there's really nothing to break at the moment. Hey, thank you for that follow, Pass Rice. Yeah, I hardly review code from the AI. Maybe like I'll skim over their design docs and call out things that I don't agree with or ask them to explain more why it chose that. Maybe I'll make some slight changes there. And sometimes like maybe one in every hardly like twice a week I might spot check a couple things to review, and I'll find things that I'd do differently and I'd make sure I leave comments on it and it adjusts. But for the most part, I just let it go, man. Let it just code whatever it wants to. Okay, so now it's saying Wait. I don't know if these are. Alright, you're telling me to do this. But you said the changes you're making, you're gonna put it into the other Git work tree, which is not that folder. Is that an incorrect instruction you're giving me, or did you do all the changes in the type Blazor Championship server folder? Food though, Hungry Devs, bad prompt bad. Well, I can't eat until I end stream, and I got 30 more minutes or so before I go eat. Alright, so it says it did mess up. Alright, then I don't need to do any of that stuff since I can just build right here. I hope this works. Then I can finally move on, man. Let's test it out. Man, did it push those changes? I have my suspicions if it actually did anything. Alright, new hourly race. Do you already compare your conversational approach to a more specific driven approach? No. I don't really give crazy details, but I try and explain myself with just words as much as possible. This is the first time I've been stuck on something, is with this particular project I'm working on. Because maybe it's not just a CRUD app, you know? All the CRUD apps I've built have been like super easy, like one shot. But this one, I have to be a little bit more careful, I guess. I mean, just like some clear instructions in a non-chatty way in the Markdown, I'm having way better results this way. I talk to it like conversational to make it write me instructions. I don't physically write instructions manually myself, but I'll have it create a detailed plan, and then I just give it its own plan it wrote, you know? Wait, what are we trying to do? We're trying to test this thing real quick, so... Oh yeah, that's how I operate. I don't write design docs. I don't write like 1,000-word essay on instructions, man. I just tell it what I want in a very conversational tone, to create a detailed design document, and then sometimes I have it review its own documents after I clear its context. I'll be like, review this as a staff engineer or whatever, right? And then it will find some issues, then I tell it to address those issues in the doc, and then I review it again, and then I keep doing that like 2 or 3 times. And that's how I come up with everything usually. So I'll open the lobby, but this isn't triggering. Oh, it just did. Took a little while. I'm just gonna start the race. Dang, super slow. But I leave the race and I go back. Come on, man. Tired of it. Tired of it, man. Did you push your commits? I use Gippity to convert my stream of conscious thoughts into MD files, then better coding AIS as consume that bit flipper. I don't never heard of Gippity. Maybe I'll have to check that out. I think I spent the first week just asking it to build things and then pointing out to it everything it did wrong and told to document that in the Claude MD file. Doing much better now. Nice. Alright, what the hell? Fixed. Let me see. I don't look at code like this often, but let me try and figure out what the hell. Why is it removing a player? So put the lock on. I don't know what this thing is. I guess that's a player ID. During racer count on preserve player in map but mark disconnected. During lobby, idle, or finish, fully remove the player. I'm not sure that is what I want. Alright, in the Type Blazor Championship server, can you put some logs in the functions to try to understand what is happening, especially when the player disconnects? Let's see when they're being erased from the map. Bedtime Bear 808, what's happening? What am I working on these days? I'm just vibe coding. Right now I'm working on a few things. I have a few projects. Today, specifically, I'm working on Type Blazor, which is a typing game. Kind of like Type Racer, but yeah, very similar to Type Racer. I'm also working on my personal website that tracks people in the community, subscribers, other LeetCode streamers, my schedules. I've also been trying to catalog every single LeetCode problem I've solved on stream. So I have this solutions archive. It's growing. I have like 1,000 or more problems I've solved on stream. I've just been going back and finding the exact time in the VOD that I solved it, and I put a link in here. What else? This website's also been tracking like LeetCode progression for people to see like who's been working on what. And then, so I have Type Blazor, I got my personal site, and then I have one more project I'm working on that I have not shown publicly, but maybe I will show it in a few weeks. Alright, what, where's Claude at? What's Claude saying? Alright. It says I just need to rebuild it now. I'm gonna do that. Alright, let's try it again, man. So, dang championship race. Open the lobby. Man, I still don't like how it takes so long when the lobby opens. I'm gonna start the race. Oh, 0 players? What are you talking about, man? Did I not join? Ooh, I don't think I joined properly. Alright, that's a bug in itself, man. Let me make a note of that bug. Join champ race without joining. If I navigate to the hourly championship race page while it's going on, I'm automatically in the race without having to press like join race or something. A player should be prompted to register, or maybe not register, but to join the race before just throwing them into the race. And also, I feel like a player should not be able to join the championship race once it has already begun. Why do you like Type Racer so much that you're building Type Blazer yourself? Dumpy Done. I don't know. I feel like it's something I like. I like these typing games. I hate Type Racer, actually. Even though I like it so much, I hate the website. And I would like better stats for my stream because we do a lot of Type Racers here. And I think it's a great project to try and build with AI because it's not a simple CRUD app, but it's not super complex either. So I think it's a great starting project for me. To experiment with, and it's fun. How do you do this TTS that takes out all of the ums and stuff? I use Whisper Flow, and if you'd like to try it, you can. There's a 1 month free trial if you use that thing right there, my code. And then if you speak more than 2,000 words, I also get 1 month free. So I've been liking Whisper Flow a lot. And I think this is for Windows mainly. Alright, so what we're trying to do, we're trying to fix the dang bugs, but we keep finding more bugs. That's what's happening. So I'm just gonna finalize this race because it's not going well. And then start a new one. Join. Start. And then if I leave and I go back, of course it's not working because we didn't change anything, but we should see some logs now. I don't see any logs. Man, what the heck is happening, man? Man, I don't see any logs, and I rebuilt the championship server. Am I using the wrong image? Let me check. It should be. Man, I might have to keep working on this off stream for sure, because I gotta go soon and it doesn't seem like we're making any progress. How do I make this dang thing smaller? Anyways, so my Docker, it's using that. It should build it, right? I stopped, wait. I'm building it in the Docker thing. I modified the Docker Compose to use the championship server branch with the fix. Right now, Docker is not running because I killed it. And I'm looking at the logs in the Docker container itself. Oh, how about Monkey Type? Hey, Monkey Type doesn't have multiplayer though, right? Maybe they're adding it in. But either way, I want to build my own. Even though there is already something like it out there. I'm not too confident, but I will try it. I don't think it's working, or I'm not building correctly. I want me to hit them with the no cache. Championship race server, yeah, that's the right name. Oh, Jesus. Stuck on this all day, man. Nothing has been accomplished except like going back and forth on the same bug. Hey, it looks like it did not rebuild the championship server. If it's doing all this junk right now, you know. It's doing a lot of stuff, man. It's doing a whole lot of stuff. Anyways, still building? Dang. How does it take so long to build such a small thing? Is this the time? How long it's taken? 40 seconds. It's been craziness, man. Crazy, crazy. Oh, it's almost done. I see it. Other side. Installing. Oh, maybe not. Alright, there we go, man. Jesus Christ. It's crazy. Championship server. I don't know, man. I still don't see the dang championship server logs like that. Yeah, what is really happening? Maybe it's not even building this thing is like my next thought, man. So maybe the Docker file in that folder is telling it to do some other things and like build it. No. I don't know what to do here. Alright, I forced the rebuild, and this is what I'm seeing in the logs. Stuck. Absolutely stuck today. Type Blazor API. Let's see. Like, dang, the comments are there in the branch for sure. So how come I'm seeing other logs but not these C outs? Man, that's not the problem. I already did that. Wait, did I? Maybe I didn't save it. That can't be true. I'm in... Oh, Jesus. I was in the wrong file. That's why, man. Jesus Christ. I was editing the wrong Docker Compose file. What a silly mistake. Wasted like an hour. Anyways, I gotta go real soon. Build this. Hopefully it works. And then I gotta go eat something and then come back and tackle this. Alright, where's the championship server? Right there. Look at that. Alright, let's see. One more test. Maybe it has been working all along. And I just was running the wrong version. Moment of truth is upon us. Leave, go back. Finally, my leaderboards are showing up. Dang, man. Alright, that's it. I'm out of here. What a waste of time. That's how it goes sometimes, though. It is working. Yay. Make sure you commit everything and have PRs open. Can rest in peace over my lunch break. The best feeling, yeah. What's for lunch? I don't know what's for lunch, man. It's nothing. Tuna, maybe. Man, I spent basically the whole stream trying to fix that problem. 3 hours. But one step closer, I suppose. I guess we fixed some other minor things, but still. Let me just merge them real quick, man. This one, I'm gonna merge it. Ooh, actually, I don't want this. I don't want that change. So let me, oh shit. Let me undo that change because I don't want to use this wrong thing. Hey, how come I can't see my changes on this thing, you know? Right? Those are my changes. None of my changes are showing up. Where's everything? I see. Changes, fix compose to use the real folder, whatever. All right, now I can merge it. I want to see all of them, you know, like why is it hiding everything? I'll sort that out later. For now, I just want to merge these things and get on with my day. And I'll come back to working on this after I eat lunch. Alright, that's Type Blazer. Let's do the championship server now. Is this championship server? I don't even know if we need all these changes, but we'll keep them anyways, man. Because I can't be bothered. Alright. You guys want to see my GitHub history? I haven't... Brent Arata, what's happened? You are working with people? Wait, what do you mean working with people? Oh, yeah, they're all from me, man. Or all from Claude. Hey, I've never really been active on GitHub, man. Look at my charts. But man, this year I'm off to a good start. It's bumping. 2025, nothing. This was like the summer I vibe coded for a little bit. Merging and improving your own PR. That's how it is these days, Brent. 2024, nothing. 2023, nothing. 2022, nothing. 2021, I actually had a job that used GitHub. So, but before that, like, I've never really been a GitHub kind of guy. So I don't know my way around. My only GitHub experience is like in 2020 and 2021. Like working on a GitHub repository with other people, you know. Everything else has just been my own personal projects, man. But this year I'm trying to feel this to be fully green, almost, kind of. I don't really care, but it would be nice. Lit up Christmas tree. Anyways, man, I gotta go. Should go hit Dune Kun. Doing leak code practice. Alright, we're gonna go raid the Dune Kun. He's studying leak code, but he says it's a quick session, so let's get in there before he leaves. Dune Kun is on. He's a leak code streamer. And he's been trying to get ready to get into a FANG job. He's preparing for his interviews that he may or may not have coming up. I don't really know. Anyways, see you later, Brent. Good morning, Serial, Miggy Dev, Dumpy Don, Bedtime Bear, 808, Bit Flipper, Pass Rice, Argson. See y'all later, man. Have a good night, everybody. Douche from YouTube and Twitch. See you next time, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. Shark Uni. Hey, what's happened? I'm about to leave. You joined just as I'm leaving, so I'll see y'all next time. I'm streaming tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be doing an algorithm stream tonight, leak code practice. So if you want leak code, you know where to find me. And then I'll be on tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time for vibe coding. The vibe coding continues. All right, see y'all around. Adios, amigos.